So were you there when Black Sabbath let the curtain fall?
Let me see those fucking hands!
This is Headbangers History, and today we're going to start a 3-part series to go through all the band set lists, talk about the show, and see how it went. I was there. Well, I was there.
Live streaming.
Streaming it like everyone else. 2 hours behind.
Like 2 hours! 2 hours!
Forcing myself not to look at Instagram and all these other options to see, does Ozzy show? Does he sing? Well, we'll get to that in part 3. But we're going to start with part 1. So this is Headbangers History. I'm Fred Carroll, and I'm going to set the scene.
Times are strange. Here I come, but I ain't the same. Back at the moon. Here we go.
So imagine shutting off your phone, turning down the lights. It's noon in Villa Park, Birmingham. The sun's beating down. There's an electric hum across 40,000 fans. This is headlined by Ozzy's final performance. But first, let's talk about the 5 bands standing tall in the solidarity. Let's begin. We're going to start with Mastodon. Oh, Mastodon. What an amazing band. Their sound, their energy, everything about them was perfect to start this. They started with Black Tongue. Went into Blood and Thunder.
This is the greatest honor of our lives to be in here. And what a great way to start this show, yeah? This next tune is off a record we call Leviathan. We call this little ditty Blood and Thunder.
And then they ended it with Supernaut. And they didn't just end it, they ended it with Danny Carey, Eloy Casagrande, and Mario Duplante. Drumming in a drum circle. This was immediate groove. Black Tongue opens with a swampy heaviness. Crowd's energy peaks during Blood and Thunder. Moshes erupt. And then their cover of Supernaut brings 3 drumming giants into a drum circle heaven. It was a bold opener. Mastodon set the tone without overshadowing any of the day's focus. They delivered intensity and reverence. Perfect modern bridge to metal's roots. Then comes Rival Sons, a band I'm not too familiar with. I've seen them, I've heard them. Now I love them. They started with Do Your Worst. Then they went into Electric Funeral. In a song called Secret. This is a blues-infused opener, cutting through the day's sunshine. Electric Funeral, clutching Sabbath's doom groove, gives early goosebumps to me. I was starting to feel the feels.
You're a big tough boy.
In the surprising vocal spotlight, this guy has killer live presence that defied the supporting act status. It was tight, soulful. They could have easily been a mid-bill heavyweight. Their performance hinted at what Sabbath opened to in the 70s. It was raw, with swagger. Then the mighty Anthrax. Local fellows for me. They came out and did, yes, 2 songs. But the 2 they did kicked fucking ass. Indians. Into the Void. The Circle Pit formed instantly when the Indians broke out. It was thrash meets legacy. Into the Void is a sharp salute, a standout contrast amid nostalgic covers.
We're not here to say goodbye. We're just here to say thank you! So thank you, Black Sabbath. Thank you, Ozzy Osbourne. This one's called Into the Void.
They never phoned it in. They smashed 2 classics in 7 minutes. Perfect pacing, speed, fierce, respectful. I loved it. Then came Hailstorm. Lizzy Hale, the only lead woman of the day. Their set list, which I have some issues with, we'll get to it. Love bites, and so do I. Rain Your Blood on Me, and Perry Mason by Ozzy. So she owned the moment, as she always does. She's fucking Lizzy Hale. She's the lone female lead in the lineup. She powered through Perry Mason like a fucking champ, honoring Ozzy with swagger and authenticity. Now the critique? It was high energy, but it had an appliance cracker set. They balanced modern hard rock and Sabbath spirit, a revelation that cut through the testosterone. But choosing a new song, in my opinion, was a mistake.
What makes you think I give a damn about your opinions?
It's only a mistake because you have so many other classics to choose from and you could only pick 2. So play one of your songs that everybody knows. But then Lamb of God took the stage, and they did not fail. They opened with Laid to Rest.
The lights on the wall, so you might as well just...
Went into Redneck, and then Children of the fucking Grave. Well, Children of the Grave. You know what I meant. Laid to Rest drills in heavy groove, and Pit Frenzy followed. Frontman Randy Blythe sings Children of the Grave with clean vocals, something you don't hear often with their band, then tosses his shoes into the crowd. I don't get the guy. I don't understand.
Andy's a lunatic.
Yeah.
But they brought face-melting energy in a Sabbath encore that wasn't just nodding, it was fucking embracing. Their cover hit emotional, and it was deep. So some of the surprises and early highlights. There was a drum off teased, and by this point we could sense percussion fireworks, so you're dreaming of what's going to happen. It was featured later, next episode, but the hint is there. Constant charity reminder that every act is here for the cure Parkinson's. Very important. If you got the money and you got the time, do something for Parkinson's. Do something for Ozzy. The Birmingham Children's Hospital. Very worthy. Congratulations. And more. But the altruism hums underneath. There was an unspoken energy. The show's just beginning. But this first block lands pretty hard. Listeners, this is Metal Unfiltered. So that's part 1. That's 5 acts, 15 songs, and 1 mission. The mission is celebrating Black Sabbath and Ozzy. In part 2, we'll see supergroups. We'll see the Drum Off, Pantera, Tool, Slayer, in an appearance that'll shock the stadium. So stay tuned. I'm Fred Carroll. This is Headbangers History. All hail Ozzy, where every riff tells a story. Part 2.